Hi students, good morning. My name is Nagendra, Maths faculty. Today we are going to discuss new chapter complex numbers and quadratic equations. So before going to define the complex number, first we can recall the linear function and quadratic equation, then how to find solution of linear function and quadratic equation. Just listen. So we know that general form of linear function ax plus b or cx plus d, whatever it may be here, a comma b are the real numbers and x is the variable. So this is x is single variable. That's what it is, linear function in one variable. Suppose ax plus by equal to c or otherwise 0, whatever it may be. Here a comma b comma c are the real numbers, x and y are the variables. So here x is one variable, y is another variable. That's what it is, linear functions in two variables. So for these functions, how to find the solutions? So same thing here. Suppose if you want to find the solution of this function ax plus b equal to 0. From this ax equal to minus b, x equal to minus b by a. This is solution of the linear function ax plus b. This solution, if you want to represent in the number system, so first you can take the real number line. We know that number system how to present on the real number line. So real number line, left side extreme value is minus infinity, right side is plus infinity. In between that 0 will be there. From 0, right side values are positive numbers, positive real numbers. Left side values are negative real numbers. For example, if you take the numbers, then come to know that how to represent. So suppose 2x plus 4 equal to 0 is there. So 2x equal to minus 4. Then x is what? Minus 2. This x equal to minus 2, how to represent on the number line? So here 0 will be there. So negative values from 0 to left side. So here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on up to minus infinity. But solution we got for 2x plus 4 is x value minus 2. So x value minus 2 here. So this is real number system. So same thing, if you take the quadratic equation. So we know general form of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a comma b comma c are the real numbers, but a is compulsory not equal to 0. Why? Because if suppose a value is 0, this equation will become the linear function. That's what compulsory in quadratic equation, x square coefficient must be non-zero. So how to find the solutions we studied in the earlier classes. For example, if you take quadratic equation x square minus 9 equal to 0 or whatever it may be, simple example you can take. So this one we can simplify, x square minus 3 square equal to 0. This is a square minus b square form. X minus 3 into x plus 3 equal to 0. So either x value 3 or x value minus 3. These two are solution of the quadratic equation x square minus 9 equal to 0. Then these two solutions in the real number how to represent. Earlier we studied linear functions how to represent. Same manner, if you take the real line, here 0, minus infinity, plus infinity, in the right side values 1, 2, 3 and so on like that. Left side minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on like this. At x equal to 3, we got the solution, one solution, here 3. And one more solution is minus 3. These two are the solutions of the quadratic equation x square minus 9. These are the real solutions for this equation. For example, in the same manner, x square plus 9 equal to 0 is there. Then solution of this one is x square equal to minus 9, x equal to plus or minus root minus 9. Till now, we know that root of any value is always will give the positive number, positive or negative. But we studied, square of any value will give the positive real number. But we got here minus 9. So not only minus 9, any negative value we got based on the number. But whenever it is positive real number, we know how to represent on the real number. Real number line, how to represent, we know it. But based on this, is not possible to show on the number line. So to overcome this difficulty, we are introducing some new concept, the complex numbers. So how to define the complex number? Definition. So simple definition, complex number, how to define? A number is in the form of x plus iy, is in the form of x plus iy or a plus ib, where x comma y belongs to real numbers. So, and it is denoted by z. So, how to define? A number is in the form of x plus iy or a plus ib or whatever it may be, c plus id, whatever it may be. Here x comma y are the real numbers and complex numbers are denoted by z. That is, finally, general form of the complex number is z equal to x plus iy. Here x comma y belongs to R. This is I. So here in this complex number, the x we can call it as real part of the complex number. X we can call it as the real part of the complex number and y is the imaginary part of the complex number. So this line, in z equal to x plus iy, x is real part of complex number. And denoted by RE of Z. RE is nothing but real part of Z. Next, in z equal to x plus iy, y is imaginary part of z. Imaginary part of complex number. And denoted by Im of z. Now here x plus iy you got, but what is the I? So before going to define the complex number, first we need to know the what is I. I is nothing but iota, we can represent I. So iota is nothing but, for example, inside the root, if we take the negative numbers, whatever it may be, for example, root minus 5. It's not a real number. If it is only 5 is there, we can say it is the real number because of negative. So for this we can write root minus 1 into root 5. Not only 5, you can take any number. So this root minus 1, we can take I into root 5. So that's what here we can represent I value is always root minus 1. In the complex number, wherever the I is there, that I indicates the root minus 1. Okay. So same manner, from this what we can get I square, squaring on both sides, root will be cancelled off, I square value minus 1. Okay. After defining the iota, then define the complex numbers. Then come to know that why we need to take the I. Okay. So only x is the real part of the z, y is the imaginary part of the z. For example, z equal to 2 plus 3i is there. Otherwise 2 plus I into 3 is there. Real part of z, if you ask. Real part of z. Real part of z is only, first if you know the standard form, then you can write easily. Real part of z is 2. Imaginary part of z. Only real number we need to take. Don't take 3i. Imaginary part only y. Okay, like that you can take any example. So one more statement. Suppose if you take two complex numbers, let z equal to a plus ib, and another complex number z equal to c plus id, are equal. Two complex numbers are equal if a equal to c and b equal to d. Whenever we taken two complex numbers, one is a plus ib, another one is c plus id, are equal. If you want to say, when it is possible, equal, a equal to c and b equal to d. For example, one complex number z equal to a plus ib, another complex number z equal to 2 plus I into minus 3 or something, 3 whatever it may be. If two complex numbers are equal, then what is the value of a and b? So here when we can say two complex numbers are equal, so real parts are equal, imaginary parts are equal. So given two complex numbers are equal, if a equal to 2, b equal to minus 3. So real parts are equal, imaginary parts are equal. Here a is the real part only, b is the imaginary part. Like that we can say two complex numbers are the equal. Next example 1. If 4x plus I into 3x minus y is equal to 3 plus I into minus 6, where x comma y belongs to R. Then find the values of x and y. Find the values of x and y. So solution here clearly given these two complex numbers are equal. We know the condition whenever two complex numbers are equal, corresponding parts are equal. So given 4x plus I into 3x minus y equal to 3 plus I into minus 6. That means these two complex numbers are equal. Implies 4x equal to 3. Real parts are equal. Then what is the imaginary part here? Left side imaginary part is 3x minus y. Right side imaginary part is minus 6. From real part, x value is 3 by 4. So this x value substitute here. 3 into 3 by 4 minus y equal to minus 6. So 3 3 is 9 by 4 minus y equal to minus 6. This minus y value send right side and minus 6 send here. 9 by 4 plus 6 is equal to y. Take LCM. 9 plus 4 6 is 24 by 4 is equal to y. 9 plus 24 33 by 4 is equal to y. That is the x and y values. Next concept, algebra of complex numbers. Algebra of complex numbers. In mathematics, generally we know the algebra is four operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. In the same manner here also, addition of two complex numbers how to represent, division of two complex numbers how to represent, subtraction of two complex numbers how to represent, multiplication of two complex numbers how to represent. Then we can study each and everything separately. So first one, addition of two complex numbers. So here name itself we know the meaning, addition in the sense adding of two complex numbers. How to add? For example, you can take two complex numbers. Let z1 equal to a plus ib, first complex number, and z2 equal to c plus id. Then addition of two complex number defined by z1 plus z2. z1 plus z2. So z1 plus 2 how to define? So z1 value is a plus ib plus z2 value is c plus id. First you can add the real parts a plus c, then imaginary parts ib plus id is there. In this two, I we can take common a plus c plus I into b plus d. So this is addition of two complex numbers. Simple thing. If you want to add the two complex numbers, real part addition plus I into imaginary part addition. For example, Z1 equal to 2 plus 3i, Z2 equal to 1 plus 4i. So addition of two complex numbers Z1 plus Z2. So real parts 2 plus 1 into I into 3 plus 4. So finally 2 plus 1 is 3 plus I into 3 plus 4 is 7. This is the resultant value of addition of two complex numbers. So we completed definition of the addition of two complex numbers. In that properties. Properties of addition of two complex numbers. In that first property is commutative law. So in the sets we studied commutative and associative identity law, that and all. Based on the sets, if you take the two sets, if you apply the union, A union B equal to B union A. If you take the intersection, A intersection B equal to B intersection A. In the same manner, for two complex numbers, so addition property, if you apply the commutative law, then what is the property that Z1 plus Z2 equal to Z2 plus Z1. If you take Z1 plus Z2 result and Z2 plus Z1 result, both are same, then we can say that is commutative law. Next, second one, associative law. So if we want to define the associative law, we need to take the three complex numbers. So Z1 plus Z2 of plus Z3 is equal to Z1 plus of Z2 plus Z3. First we can add Z1 plus Z2. With that result, addition of Z3 is equal to first Z2 plus Z3. With that result, Z1 we need to add. This is the associative law. Next, third one, additive identity. Additive identity. So Z plus O. Here O is nothing but zero complex number. 0 plus I into 0. Don't read 0, it is some O, it is also one type of the complex number. It's not real number. This is complex number. Z plus O equal to O plus Z equal to, we can get the same result, Z only. That is additive identity, where O is nothing but 0 plus I into 0 is a complex number. Additive identity of Z. So simple thing, O is the additive identity of the given complex number. So next, fourth one, additive inverse. Additive inverse property is Z plus minus Z is equal to minus Z plus Z equal to 0 complex number, not 0 only, 0 complex number. Then where minus Z is additive inverse of Z. additive inverse of z. For example, if you take suppose z is x plus iy, so minus z is nothing but what? Minus x minus iy, multiply with minus. While adding these two, so minus x plus x cancelled, 0, minus iy plus iy cancelled, so I into 0. We can get a 0 complex number. That's what, for any complex number, the negative of that complex number is additive inverse of the given complex number. Next, second property. So algebra of complex number, in that second one, difference of two complex numbers. So first algebra of complex number is addition of two complex numbers. Next, second one is difference of two complex numbers. So if we take suppose first complex number is z equal to a plus ib. Another complex number is z2 equal to c plus id. The difference of two complex number is defined by z1 plus minus of z2. Also we can write directly z1 minus z2. So the difference of two complex numbers is defined by z1 plus minus of z2 or z1 minus z2. Then how to simplify that? That is z1 plus minus of z2 is equal to, what is the first complex number here? A plus ib plus minus of z2 minus c minus I into d. So here real parts a plus into minus minus a minus c plus imaginary parts b into, so plus into minus minus. So simple thing, difference of two complex numbers is difference of real parts plus I into difference of the imaginary parts. For example, is z1 equal to 4 plus 5i, is z2 equal to minus 2 plus 3i. Then how to define the difference of two complex numbers? Is z1 plus minus of z2 equal to 4 plus 5i minus of, multiply with minus z2, 2 minus 3i. So real parts difference 4 minus 2 plus I into imaginary parts different 5, so minus or minus, two plus 8 I, that is difference of two complex numbers. So 1 minute more, direct difference z1 minus z2. So z1 is 4 plus 5i minus of z2 is what? Minus 2 plus 3i. So simplify this, 4 plus 5i, so minus of minus plus 2, minus into plus minus 3i. So real parts 4 plus 2 plus imaginary parts 5 minus 3. So 4 plus 2 is 6. Imaginary parts I into 5 minus 3 is 2. That is difference of two complex numbers. So in difference of two complex numbers, there is no any properties. Next, third algebraic two complex number is multiplication of two complex numbers. So addition of two complex numbers is completed, difference of two complex numbers is completed. Next, third one is multiplication of two complex numbers. So let us take first complex number is Z1 equal to A plus IB. Z2 is C plus ID. The multiplication of two complex number is defined by Z1 into Z2 or otherwise Z1 Z2. Z1 into Z2 is equal to. So listen how to multiply two complex numbers. Z1 is what? A plus IB into Z2 is C plus ID. So we know general two values how to multiply. In general that we can do. First multiply with A into C. AC plus A into ID. IAD. Next multiply with IB. IB into C. IBC. Next IB into ID. I into I square. B into D. D. So AC plus in these two I we can take common AD plus BC. We know the I square value. Definition of iota I told I square value is -1. Since I square is -1. So remember I square value is always -1. So AC first real parts right, plus into minus. So this is real part of the Z1 into Z2 plus I into AD plus BC. This is the multiplication of two complex numbers. So simple thing if you write like this two complex numbers, first multiplication of these two vertically AC minus BD, that is real part, but don't apply directly in the PU, you should do like this, but to get the answer is correct or not, to simplify easily, vertically AC minus BD, while doing the vertical multiplication with minus AC minus BD plus imaginary multiplication I into diagonals, while taking the diagonals with plus AD plus BC. This is only for verification multiplication is correct or not, but don't do directly in the PU. So you should follow like this. First vertically AC minus BT, that is real part, plus imaginary part diagonals multiplication with plus AD plus BC. Like that we can multiply two complex numbers. So for example, Z1 equal to 2 plus 7i, Z2 equal to 4 plus 3i. So multiplication of two complex numbers is defined by Z1 into Z2. So two complex numbers 2 plus 7i into 4 plus 3i. So multiplication 4 2 4 j 8, 2 3 j 6i plus 7i into 4 7 4 j 28i plus 7i into 3 21 I square. 8 plus 6i plus 28i 34i. I square value minus 1. So first one or two problems I will write the what is I square value. Later you come to know that I square is minus 1 always. So 8 minus 21 minus 13 plus 34i. This is the multiplication of two complex numbers. So verify here. 2 4 ja 8. 8 minus 21. 8 minus 21 is minus 13. Next diagonal product. 2 3 ja 6. 6 plus 7 4 ja 28. 6 plus 28 is 34. So like that you can verify product of two complex number is correct or not. So next properties of two complex numbers. Multiplication. In that multiplication some properties are there. So first one commutative law. So let us take two complex numbers z1 and z2. So z1 z2 equal to z2 z1. This is commutative law of multiplication of two complex numbers. Next second law, associative law. So while defining the associative law, we need to take the three complex numbers z1 z2 of z3 is equal to z1 into z2 into z3. So next third one, multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. So here z into 1 plus 1 into z is equal to z, where 1 is, we can write 1 plus I into 0. So the 1 is the multiplicative identity of the z. So in generally, what is the multiplicative identity of the given complex number? In the sense we can say always it is 1, where here multiplicative identity property is not plus z into 1 equal to 1 into z is equal to z, where 1 is multiplicative identity of z. So just you can remember like property, what is the multiplicative identity of the given complex number means it is always will give the 1 is the multiplicative identity of the any complex number. Next property in multiplication, multiplicative inverse. So multiplicative inverse z into z inverse is equal to z inverse into z is equal to 1, not I, it is 1, where z inverse is multiplicative inverse of z. Multiplicative inverse of z. Okay, ma, multiplicative inverse is z into z inverse equal to z inverse into z equal to 1. Then how to find the z inverse, how to calculate, that we will discuss. It is important concept how to calculate the multiplicative inverse of given complex numbers. Just now we know multiplicative inverse is Z inverse. So first let us take Z is the given complex number, x plus iy, otherwise a plus ib. So how to calculate the Z inverse? Z inverse is nothing but multiplicative inverse. Z inverse we can write 1 by z. 1 by z is x plus iy. So to change the standard form, so this denominator we need to do the rationalize. So we know how to do the rationalize. If it is plus is there, with minus we should be divide and multiply. If it is minus is there, with plus divide and multiply of the given number. So same manner, rationalize the denominator. X minus iy divided by x minus iy. Divide and multiply the denominator with the rationalization. So 1 into x minus iy, you can write directly. So denominator, it is in the form of a plus ib into a minus ib. We know the formula for a plus ib into a minus ib is a square minus b square. X square minus iy whole square. So 1 into x minus iy is x minus iy divided by x square minus I square y square. X minus iy, but we know the value of I square. I square is minus 1. Minus of minus plus. So x square plus y square. This we can write x divided by x square plus y square plus minus I into y divided by x square plus. So if you write the standard form plus here, minus y by x square plus y square, that is 1 by z. If you take the example, then come to know that how to calculate the multiplicative inverse of a complex number. Let us take example, z equal to 1 plus 2y. You can take any complex number, not only compulsory that. So how to calculate the z inverse? Z inverse equal to 1 by z. 1 by z is nothing but 1 plus 2y. So 1 minus 2y divide and multiply, rationalization of denominator. So 1 into 1 minus 2y. So denominator in the form of a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square form. 1 square minus 2y whole square. 1 minus 2y divided by 1 square is 1 minus 4i square. I square value we know it minus 1. So minus of minus plus 1. 1 minus 2y divided by 1 plus 4. So I square is minus 1. That's what minus of minus plus. So 1 minus 2y by 5. So if you want to write the standard form, 1 by I plus I into minus 2 by 5. This is the multiplicative inverse of the given complex number z equal to 1 plus 2y. So next property of multiplicative of two complex number is distributive law. Distributive law of two complex numbers. So here, if you take the three complex numbers, so how to apply the distributive of two complex numbers? First one, z1 bracket of z2 plus z3 is equal to z1 into z2 plus z1 into z3. So next, z1 plus z2 into z3 is equal to z1 z3 plus Z2 Z3. These two are the distributive laws in multiplication of two complex numbers. So next last algebra of two complex numbers is division of two complex numbers. Division of two complex numbers. But it's not comes under the multiplication, right? If you want to take it is ABCD, addition or that is D, whatever it may be. Don't confuse. Up to distribution the multiplication is completed. Next another one is division of two complex numbers. So if you take Z1 and Z2 are the two complex numbers, the division of two complex number is defined by Z1 by Z2 provided Z2 is non-zero complex number. So very important, right? While defining the division of two complex numbers, so Z2 complex number is non-zero complex number we need to take. Then only division of two complex number is possible. For example, Z1 is A plus IB. Z2 is C plus ID. Division of two complex number is defined by Z1 equal to Z2. So Z1 is A plus IB by C plus ID. So provided Z2 not equal to 0. So how to simplify this? This if we want to simplify it, first this we can write A plus IB separately into 1 by C plus ID. This we know how to simplify. Whenever denominator is complex number is there, to simplify this denominator we need to do the rationalize. After that if you do the simplification, it is converted into the standard form. That is division of two complex numbers. And next one, power of iota. Power of I. So this is important concept. It is useful for objective also while doing the problems. Power of I, how to calculate. We know that first introduction is I value is root minus 1. That I explained while defining the iota, I value. So from this, what is I square? Minus 1. So next, I cube. This I cube we can write I square into I. So I square value is minus 1. Minus 1 into I. But don't confuse these dots, right? It should be clear. 1 no I should be know the difference. Minus I. So I cube value is minus I. Next I power 4. This we can write I cube into I, otherwise I square into I square. I square into I square. So I square value we know it minus 1 into minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 1 plus 1. I power 4 value is 1. If you take for example suppose I5. I5 we can write I power 4 into I. So already we know the I power 4 value. 1 into I. So while observing that I square, I cube, I power 5 value is we are getting like this. So I power 5 is I. Next to simplify I power 6 we can get minus 1. It will be get repeatedly. So and so on. Suppose if we want to calculate, so up to I power 4, if we know the values clearly, based on this, in generally, for example, here I power 30 we need. I power 30 value we need. So we know I power 4 value is 4. Whenever I square whole power 15. So I square value is minus 1 whole power 15. Minus 1, 15 is odd number, so it is minus 1. So suppose I power 31 is there. Whenever maximum more than 4 big number is there, either it should be multiple of 2, otherwise multiple of 4. So this I power 31, I power 30 into I. So I power 30 already we know it, minus 1 into I minus 1. So we'll continue the. But today we discussed the definition of the complex numbers and algebra of complex numbers. So you can practice and come. We'll continue the next class. Thank you.